Good morning. It is Tuesday the 6th of August and you are watching Ireland AM on Virgin Media 1.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Positive, strong good morning, that is. It is lovely to have you with us. We hope you enjoyed your bank holiday weekend. And today we've got a rather sporty edition of Ireland AM coming your way this morning.
Yes, what an Olympics.
Oh my God.
What an Olympics.
Come on.
Stock markets crashing around the world.
Shh. Say nothing, we're ignoring that.
Race riots has riven England apart. We don't care. We don't care.
No.
We don't care.
Olympics.
Yes,
we're all
we're
able
going to be
to swim.
discussing.
We're able to, you know, we know what's going on in show
Do the
jumping.
pommel
horse, water polo.
Yeah. Pommel horse, sitting on a horse, whatever.
We're able to do it.
Involved, we're all over
Yeah.
it. All over it. Horses in the pool. That's next.
What it is, yeah.
We're going to be talking about all of that, all of the stars making headlines, not just the Irish stars. Simone Biles, Novak Djokovic, Snoop Dogg as well.
Who knew?
He's on the show.
That has been a career swerve. At 8:15, we're speaking to the Camogie captains of Cork and Galway. They're both going to be here ahead of the much anticipated All-Ireland Final this weekend. So they're going to be here sitting on the couch together. And after 9, we'll be joined live by two-time Olympic medalist, the only one, Daniel Wiffen.
The Whiff.
The Whiff.
The Whiff.
Coming up in a while.
What about the A? Alan.
Is
You've been
that
practicing
it?
your
The A.
paparazzi.
I have. I've been going around with this camera all morning. I've been snapping away behind the scenes of this instant
really
print
has.
camera.
You've been using them all up.
Look, I've been literally going around.
Have you done that?
I've
Yeah.
literally been
Yeah.
taking all these
Have you?
pictures. Yeah.
I'm running out of refills. Honest to God.
Colin, we're going old
Need more
school
petty
here
cash.
because we're printing We're back to printing photos.
It's so retro, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it's really coming back, this idea of actually printing them out and having physical photos in front of us. to
rather
hang
than
up on
just
the wall.
watching you digitally
Exactly,
on your phone.
yeah. It makes it more valuable somehow.
Okay, we're going to be talking about all this coming up a little later on. But before that, welcome back, Deric. Say cheese.
Cheese! Good morning, all. Well, ahead of our trips to County Kilkenny and Wexford this week, of course, for the Fla, we've landed here in South County Dublin now. It is a beautiful start out to this morning. Some light showers through parts of the west and around the southwest. So it really is that mixture of sunshine and scattered showers right across your Tuesday. So be sure to get the washing out of the line nice and early. Anyway, guys, we've landed down here in Tallaght Athletic Stadium in South County Dublin, the home of Irish running superstar Rhasidat Adeleke. She glided through the quarterfinals on Monday in a time of 50.9 through to the semis on Wednesday in the 400 metres. So we're going to be spending a morning with the club members. We may even see her mum will be running on the track. So it promises to be a great morning here live from Tallaght. Guys, did you miss me?
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely. We missed you every
That's all she's
day.
talking about. All
I was
she's
like, when is
talking
he
about.
back? I was doing a countdown. It was like Santa was coming back.
Good to be
So
back.
happy that you're back. You were brilliant on the 6 o'clock show. But welcome back.
You need to be chilled to handle Irish weather. That's why Chill sponsor weather updates on Virgin Media 1.
Tommy Tallaght is where we're at this morning. We're down here at the Athletic Stadium in the build-up to Rhasidat Adeleke's 400-metre semi-final on Wednesday. So we're going to be spending the morning with some of the club members here a little bit later on this morning at 8:45. So do stay with us for that. Now we're on to the 6th of the month. Mark Armstrong with us on cameras this morning. So let's take an opening look at how it is shaping up. And it is a gorgeous start for most areas out there this morning. Some really nice sunshine now to kick-start your Tuesday. Albeit we are seeing showers through parts of the west, through Galway there into West Clare, down around Loophead, through the southwest of Cork and Kerry as well in those blustery westerly winds. Now right across the day, in fact, those winds will drive that mixture of sunshine and scattered showers right across the day. A lot of us getting a taster of rain for a time, but it will ease up towards the back end of the afternoon. In fact, return to some brighter weather, some nice sunshine as we progress our way through the back end of your Tuesday. Top values around 15 to 19 degrees. And then into tonight, holding merely dry and steady as that rain clears out. In behind us, we will see a good deal of cloud cover to break us through tonight into those early morning hours. Moderate fresh southwesterly winds as we feed our way into your Wednesday with overnight lows there back to 9 to 12 degrees. So that's how we're shaping up here in a dry, sunny and settled Tallaght, South County Dublin at the moment. We're back again live at 7:35. We'll catch you then.
You need to be chilled to handle Irish weather. That's why Chill sponsor weather updates on Virgin Media 1.
Coming up, we're going to be talking about the biggest Olympic moments from Paris so far. If you've been there, if you've got any pictures you want to send in, mad stuff, 0896 111 111. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, so everything from the Whiff to Snoop Dogg. An S is too hard. From the Whiff to Snoop Dogg. Anyway, back after this.
See you in a minute. Welcome back to Ireland AM now. What a competition it's been for Team Ireland so far. We stand at a medal tally of 6. We've got 3 gold, 3 bronze.
And
baby.
counting.
Yeah.
And counting. Yes, it has been absolutely brilliant. And the travelling support in France for our athletes has been nothing short of phenomenal. Take a little look at this.
Let me hear you say. Let me hear you say. Let me hear you say. Everybody say. Let me hear you say. Let me hear you say. Let me hear you say. Everybody say.
Cutie. They seemed a bit sedate. We know that they went a little bit mad. Joining us now to chat through all the action is Virgin Media Sports reporter Will Dalton, podcaster Cassie Delaney, and live from Paris is the 42.ie's Gavin Cooney. Thank you all so much for being here. Cassie, ready to just go through, analyse all the sports?
Absolutely. I am a 92-year-old Irish granny trapped in a young spinster's body. I couldn't be more proud of them.
You were going to tell us more about that story in just a while. You're going to be telling us, the Snoop Doggness of it all. We're going to do that. But let's talk about the medals so far. Well, it's been very exciting. So let's go over the weekend.
It's basically been a medal a day, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think yesterday was the first day we didn't have a medal.
Boom.
Yeah. Just incredible. To the point of we were almost disappointed Daniel Wiffen didn't get a gold at the weekend, which is just so terrible to say. But it now shows the level we're at.
And compared to Mona's bronze, and how just elated we all were with Mona's bronze. And then the same colour medal for Wiffen, it was a bit,
I know, it was amazing because I suppose he just went so far ahead in the heat.
Yeah,
that
and
he
there was an
destroyed the field,
expectation.
and the expectation
Yeah,
there.
completely. And I think he maybe has learned a lot himself this week about having to deal with winning an Olympic gold medal, what that brings, how that can change your entire world. And it's only just beginning for him. And roll on LA for Daniel Wiffen. But he's not finished yet. He's still got the 10K swim, so who knows what he'll do.
Is that going ahead in the Seine?
It's meant to.
Well, a lot of triathletes are very sick after their swim in the Seine.
And no surprise. But Daniel said to me that he wouldn't be doing it unless it was in the Seine. So he thinks it's an iconic race.
The Belgians pulled out of the mixed triathlon.
Yeah,
one of their swimmers was sick from the
And
Seine.
an American fella has been slowly introducing himself to E. coli to try to combat.
Hasn't washed his hands since March.
One of the female triathletes said she swam under the bridge and saw things that she should never have seen in a triathlete. She said she wouldn't reveal what it was. No, she wouldn't go into any more detail.
Let's move on to the cleaner water of the rowing. Of course, the lads, it was amazing to watch that.
Yeah, listen,
Quentin
again,
McCarthy and Shane.
multiple gold medals for them now. And you just kind of got the feeling as well that they might not be finished yet. They're even slightly looking ahead to LA. So, just incredible for them to keep going.
Yeah.
And Rhys on the pommel horse. I mean, this was amazing. There was so much pressure because of that expectation, the World Championships and everything. And he delivered. He was
just
incredible.
Immaculate because there was such a build-up. We were watching it in the office and you're just hoping there's no mistake like there was in Tokyo. And it was perfect. And he knew straight away, you could see the pressure just come off his shoulders straight away.
I felt like the whole country was clenching. Honestly, it was just so emotional. It was so emotional. And when he started smiling, and I haven't a clue about scoring in the pommel horse, when he smiled, I was like, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good to go. One man that was there watching all of this stuff is Gavin Cooney from the 42.ie. Gavin, it's been phenomenal. Come on, the Irish contingent must be very happy over there.
Yeah, it's great stuff now. They'll have to put an apostrophe after the O in Olympics after the week that we've just had. We've never really had anything like it. Like Will says, a medal a day. I mean, I actually found it tough to get out of bed yesterday, given we weren't likely to win a medal. It's just like, what am I here for if there's no more medals on offer today? Just incredible. And Saturday alone, Daniel Wiffen cruises home to win his heat. Rhys McLenahan wins Ireland's first ever gymnastics gold. And then Kelly Harrington outboxes one of her great rivals, one of the great boxers at these championships in Beatrice Ferreira. And you come home Saturday night and you think, have we ever had as much Irish dominance across a range of sports on a single day at the Olympic Games before? What members of Team Ireland are doing here and have done, especially in the last week, is without compare in Irish sport before. And what an extraordinary thing to be able to witness.
So then, before we talk about Kelly, who's fighting tonight, guaranteed medal on the line, could be gold. Let's talk about the dominance of the 400s as well, and Rhasidat Gaff. She was just incredible.
Yeah, she went out. I mean, the news around Rhasidat yesterday was that there was no news. She did what all the world-class athletes in the 400 metres did yesterday in easily winning her heat. She won in 50.09 seconds, I think, and she won by shutting it down for the last 100 meters to conserve energy for what's to come. It's proof that she'll almost definitely make the final. It's proof that she's a contender for a medal. But look at the other heats. The competition is stacked. Look out for Marlady Paulino. Look out for Nikisha Price. Look out for Natalia Kazmarek. Look out for Nasser of Bahrain. All of them won their heats in straightforward fashion, but Rhasidat won it in such an easy and confident fashion that you couldn't but be excited for what's to come across the rest of this week.
And do you make anything of the qualifying time? Because we all know she completely and utterly eased up. We saw her stroll over the finish line, and the qualification time was 7th, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't pay much attention to the qualification time. She was there to get to win her heat and to win the heat with the least amount of energy expended possible. She could have easily run 49 something there if she sprinted for the line. Yeah. But honestly, what would have been the point?
Can we talk very quickly about not only Irish interest, but Longford interest in the show jumping later on today, Gavin?
Yeah, proud to say that Longford's list of Olympians at this Olympics, Dara Green in the pool, me, obviously, and Shane Sweetenham is aboard a Longford horse in the show jumping later today. Ireland have 2 jumpers through to the last through to the 30-person field in that final later this morning in Versailles. Daniel Coyle aboard Legacy as well. Like, both have been hugely impressive. Daniel Coyle, especially during the team event, they qualified 2nd and 3rd. So if they if they can replicate that, we'll have 2 medals out of the show jumping today. It's obviously it's all a bit random really, and it's all a bit unpredictable. But I think their pedigree yesterday showed that tune into the show jumping in a couple of hours' time, because there's another good chance of a medal coming home there.
Coming home to Longford. That's
Charlene Maudsley has a chance in the repechage as well, I'd say, Gavin, the 400s.
Yeah, she'll almost definitely get through the repechage, you'd imagine. She was one of the fastest non-qualifiers from yesterday. Ran a new PB, but was pipped for a spot in the top 3 in her heat, an automatic qualification for the semi-final. So she runs the repechage later today with Sophie Becker. Yeah. She should have enough to get into the semi-finals, but she'll surely be too tired to go any further than that.
Well, going all over Paris, and a chance of course, a gold later on with Kelly Harrington, so it's worth getting out of bed this morning for himself. Gavin Cooney from the 42.ie, and you can get him on his podcast with Sinead O'Carroll, Olympics Daily. Thank you so much for joining us from Paris. We have to talk about Ciara McGeehan. Will, that notification came in our phone last night and everyone was like, what?
Yeah, I wasn't
competing.
Surprised.
Really?
No, I saw her race Monaco and London in the Diamond League, and she came 10th in both races. There was something definitely wrong. I spoke to her a couple of months ago about training and different things. Rome, she took gold, but there was definitely something happened in the weeks in between that. And it's such a shame for her, because Rio didn't go to plan for her. Tokyo, again, she got injured. It's just not been the Olympics. 2012, she wasn't picked. There was controversy over that. So you really have to feel for Ciara at the age she's at now. Will she hang around for the next Olympics? Who knows? I'd love to see her do it just to step up in the Olympic stage again. But just such a shame for one of our brightest hopes.
Honestly, our thoughts are with her, the family, everyone on Portferry who's been pushing for this for so long. So we hope Ciara McGeehan is doing well. It's heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. Cassie,
let's talk about the moments around the athletes.
So there has been these incredible memes that have come out of it. Obviously, the rising star of the Olympics is Snoop Dogg, who is now,
young man,
just in the prime of his athleticism, has taken up swimming lessons with Michael Phelps. Personally surprised that he didn't dissolve when he jumped into the pool, but how and ever. He's saying Michael Phelps has said that Snoop Dogg actually has incredible lung capacity.
I wonder why.
Yeah, which is very, very impressive. So obviously he's popped up all over the place, which has been great, but the real star of the Olympics has to be our Kilmainham granny, Pam Coughlin.
Tell us about this.
Pam Coughlin is the 92-year-old grandmother of Aoife Coughlin, who was competing in the judo and in a sudden fight to the death. And managed to, in a very fashionable red beret and big sunglasses and an Aoife t-shirt, convince the security to allow her to sit mat side, which is unheard of. So she's stolen the show as the star. She's all of us.
She was basically sitting on the judo mat. Like, she was that close to Aoife. Yeah. She was meant to be sitting up in the stands.
Yeah, so and then Aoife tweeted, was like, never underestimate the power of the Dublin granny in getting access and closeness to the Olympics, which is inspirational, truly, isn't it?
She was so good. It was amazing to see her up there. It was absolutely amazing. We got to talk about Kim Yeji.
Oh my
Who's
goodness.
Community?
She is this incredible, very talented Korean shooter, but she has gone viral for being the coolest person at the Olympics. Nay, the coolest person you'll ever see in your entire life. Like, if she shot me, I wouldn't be mad, you know? You'd just be like, that's the way to go. So she looks like this really cool assassin. She's doing really well. She's just so unbothered and so, like, cool.
Nonchalant. It looks like someone from a film.
Absolutely, like straight out of the Matrix there.
Yeah, she's just like, here we go.
Yeah, very,
And
very
she's-
cool. The shooting has been a very impressive one because the big kind of winners coming out of the shooting are the people who are just like,
Yeah,
not
the
even
Turkish guy
looking.
with the hand in his pocket.
Yeah.
And Mondo did it last night. See him when he broke the world record.
That's a
Full ball.
celebration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Turkish. Yeah,
Did that. What is
that
going
was
on?
really
They are
in-house.
so calm.
That was,
Cool.
sorry, if you were
Yeah.
watching the pole vault last night where
Yeah.
he broke his world record for the 8th time, I think it was.
Again, yeah.
Again, it's unbelievable. And the surfing image is the one that we're all...
Incredible. So this is from a photographer called Jérôme Brulé, a French photographer. It was a snap of the Brazilian Gabriel Medina, and this was just a beautiful image where he's kind of coming out of the surf. You can see it there, absolutely incredible. So when Medina himself tweeted it or Instagrammed it, it got 5.7 million likes, and it's just been heralded as probably the most iconic image to come out of the Olympics so far.
It is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you trying to do?
Well, I was going to do this.
Can't do that.
I'm going to do that. I'm doing it in and out of every ad break on the show today. I'm sorry.
Will Dalton, Virgin Media sports presenter. You're heading over to watch Rhasidat for Friday night anyway.
Yes,
You're
I
gonna be
certainly
there.
am. Can't
So
wait.
amazing. Cassie Delaney, sports person now.
Oh, anything.
Thank you so much for popping in. Amazing.
Anytime.
So good. And to Gavin, who was there earlier on.
Like I said, lots still to come after this.
It's time now to take a look at this morning's papers. We'll start with the Star. The headline there goes, "Cheer we go, girls." Tonight, Kelly Harrington targets the lightweight Olympic boxing crown, while athletics ace Rhasidat Adeleke aims to fly through her 400-metre semi-final tomorrow. And congratulations on that headline.
The Herald goes with a similar story. Kelly can serve up golden double. Daniel Wiffen and Rhys McClenaghan have tipped Kelly Harrington to become a double gold medal winner today.
The Examiner leads with Irish far-right forges neo-Nazi link. Irish anti-immigration agitators collaborated with groups now deemed international terrorist organisations and prominent neo-Nazis in transnational movements that may be funneling increasing money to Ireland's far-right.
The Irish Times goes with warning of far greater cyber attack risk in the next 2 years. The National Cyber Security Centre's director, Richard Brown, has warned the risks have multiplied and there is a significantly heightened geopolitical risk now.
The Mirror goes with, "I thought evil ex would kill me." Twisted Mark Leonard was jailed for 10 years last week for raping and assaulting Mary Jordan over the course of their relationship.
And The Sun leads with, "I still love the son who tried to kill me." The mother of a young man who tried to kill her by setting their house on fire has forgiven him and declared, "I will always love my son."
McEntee frustrated over soft sentences for violent abusers. Justice Minister Helen McEntee has aired her frustrations about some sentences handed down by Irish courts to violent men, saying the punishment has not always matched the crime. That's the front of today's Irish Independent.
And finally, the Daily Mail leads with fury over Elon Musk claims on the riots. Social media firms accused of giving platform to hate as Gardaí fear far-right loyalists will travel to Dublin for protests. Joining us with that story and everything else this morning is Aisling Maloney, political correspondent from the Irish Daily Mail, and Sean Defoe, political correspondent with News Talk. Folks, thanks a million. Sean, we might start with those kind of far-right protests. This all started in Southport with a really, really tragic story that has kind of been forgotten, the victims of which have been forgotten about, actually.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's kind of sort of what kicked it off. It's now spreading and spreading to other areas, and particularly in the north over the weekend, where you had sort of protest and counter-protest. What that kicked it off in the north initially, it started with a protest sort of in sympathy of people who were killed in Southport, but also a couple of different other regions. It was then crashed by far-right agitators. There was chanting back and forth, people shouting migrants are welcome in Northern Ireland, and people shouting that they're not. And then the far-right crowd sort of grew a bit more, went on a bit of a rant rampage and targeted businesses that were owned by immigrants or by people of colour, I should say, because some of the immigrants have been there for 30, 35 years. I don't think you can call them immigrants at that point. They were living there for most of their lives, and yet they were targeted because of the colour of their skin or because of their heritage. It kicked off again overnight. Last night, we're seeing it in the news bulletins this morning, and more of a police response. So this is something that sort of started, as you say, over in the UK. Like a lot of what's happened with the kind of far right, with the conspiracy theories, with all of this narrative about being against immigrants, a lot of it has been imported and is being financed from abroad as well, and that's what we're seeing in some of the papers this morning.
Well, it's important to remember that money is being funneled into these organisations. A very important point, and that it's not necessarily coming from Ireland. It's from without. One thing that we saw in Northern Ireland that I don't think we ever expected to see was tricolours and Union Jacks standing side by side in these far right protests, Aisling.
And indeed, and you say there about like the transnational, I suppose they're bigger players here, and we see Elon Musk yesterday wading into this. He's the owner of Twitter, X, formerly Twitter, and he
Twitter.
talked
Annoying,
about,
just call it Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, and he replied to some far right posts over the weekend, which kind of boosted their engagement, because Elon Musk has 192 million followers, and he wrote "Civil war is inevitable." That's in reference to what's happening in the UK, and obviously we saw from Southport all across the UK riots yesterday and in Belfast, and now the Gardaí are worried that some of that will come down here. And I suppose we're not far off any of that happening, because there are people who believe in far-right ideologies and push them in Ireland currently. So that's what we see on the front page of the Examiner, and that Irish anti-immigration agitators are collaborating with groups, one of whom was deemed an international terrorist organisation by US authorities. And I suppose the point about this is that it's not just that, these are, I suppose, smaller Irish far-right agitators who might be seen as maybe farther down the food chain internationally in terms of far-right ideology and people who are pushing that, but then they're collaborating with really big names internationally who push those sort of ideologies. And that's what's reported in the Examiner today. So I suppose it shows you that even though we're a very small country, and those people who push those ideologies, who believe in them, and who very much promote them online and are looking for people to whip up in that way, they're not just speaking in a vacuum. They're collaborating with people internationally. And if you're seeing that on podcasts where they, espouse their views, then you can imagine they're doing it financially as well.
But a lot of them are standing well off, like Tommy Robinson, we all know, was, tweeting from Ianapa or wherever he was, kind of stoking these...
Cyprus, his name being chanted in Belfast while he was tweeting there.
Like Tommy Robinson's name. How many times has Elon Musk said civil war is inevitable?
Oh, I saw somebody compile it. There's a long, long list.
For a long
He's
time.
claimed
He just
for
keeps on
years,
saying it.
civil war is
it's almost
inevitable.
like he wants it to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, he kind of subscribes to this view that we're at the fall of the Roman Empire stage of current civilization. And he believes that.
Right.
Not like college students believe it.
But that
suits
him in his business as well,
it's financial. Twitter profits off of rage.
Exactly.
So every time there's a rage tweet and someone engages it, he's making money.
Justice Minister has said that she's going to look at banning the balaclava, certainly outside certain protests when they're outside politicians' home, that if you want to protest, you have to show your face.
Yeah. Well, firstly, look, the whole thing of protesting at politicians' homes, if you are turning up at someone's home in a balaclava, it's not a protest, it's a form of terrorism.
Yes.
That's what you're looking to do. You are looking to put terror into that person to influence their political decisions, to get them out of politics and to influence people who might want to go into politics in the future. I don't think that's a form of protest or legitimate, so absolutely going for the ban on that, I think, is appropriate.
It's the definition of protest, because, what are you protesting? And if you can't put your name to it or your face to it, then, it's not a protest.
What do you think of the balaclava ban that Helen McEntee wants to bring in? 0896 111 going to a protest. You have to be able to show your face. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Now, there was another story there. 946 speeders were caught.
Now 400 would be bad enough, wouldn't it? And now you have 946, nearly 1,000 people caught on the roads over the bank holiday weekend. And we know that Gardaí over the bank holiday weekend do kind of a concerted effort to beef up roads policing, because there is, I suppose, a perception that people will be less well behaved on the roads over the bank holiday. If people may be having a drink and driving the next morning, even you can be well over the limit. So they caught 127 people were arrested for driving while under the influence of alcohol and drugs since the operation began on Thursday up until Monday, and there were 946 speeding detections, some of which were incredibly, well over the limit.
There over 150 km/h zone,
yes,
somewhere in Galway.
on the prom or near the prom.
But I hate to be defeatist. How many of these people are getting away with it every other weekend when there's not a concerted bank holiday effort by the Gardaí?
Or even this morning. I mean, the amount of people doing 130, 140, 150 on the motorway this morning as I was coming in before rush hour traffic. You know, people are doing it all the time, breaking red lights and all the rest of it. Like, and you don't see them outside of the bank holiday weekend, then you don't see the Gardaí.
But when you're found to be under the influence of alcohol and drugs, what do you think should happen to that driver? Because a lot of them just get their car and on they go on their way. 0896 111. We'd love to hear from you on that one. As always, guys, pleasure to have you. Ashley Maloney, political correspondent for the Irish Daily Mail, and Sean Defoe, political correspondent for Bauer Media. Thanks you both so much for being with us today. Alan, what have you got coming up?
Well, we're going to get a snapshot of all the latest gadgets that could help if you're a photography buff. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Hello, welcome back to Ireland AM. Now in 2024, an estimated 1.94 trillion, I was about to say million, trillion photos will be taken worldwide. That works out at about 5.3 billion photos daily, or 61,400 photos per second. And not one of them will be printed off.
There's people taking pictures all over the world right now, taking photos.
Click, click, click,
How
click,
many
click,
would
click,
you
click.
say? How many photos on your phone would you guesstimate?
I looked at it last night. I had 2,300.
The average in Ireland is 2,500 photos.
Yeah, I had 2,300.
Colin Baker is with us.
Yeah, sorry. There's a lot of photos to organise, so we got Colin Baker in to talk us through
The funny thing is that for all the photos we have, who hasn't done that thing where they go, oh, I want to show you a picture of my dog, and then they spend 15 minutes trying to find the picture.
Yeah, but also your memory is full. Your iCloud star. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Please sign up to a higher capacity.
Yes, please buy more. Okay, so we're going to actually look at a camera, an old school sort of camera.
Yeah, isn't it funny that we've kind of gone full circle and this has become really novelty? This is the Instax Mini, and it actually prints photos straight from the side of the camera. We've been playing with it all morning.
We took a couple of pictures behind the scenes here earlier on as well.
It's obviously a retro-looking camera, and it has a screen on it, of course. Now, you can actually link that to your phone as well, so it'll throw the photos across. It does have effects built into it as well, really easy to access, and it's an easy-to-use digital camera. But, of course, once you're done, you slide that and the photo prints out the side. Now, it's the photos just like, well, we had back in the 80s and 90s.
They're here, yeah.
Exactly.
Little ones here, yeah.
You know, I thought it was broken when I started using it. It comes out and it's all white and it takes 2 minutes. Do you remember the thing? You'd stick it under your arm or you'd wave it in the air.
His daughter has one of these, and there's a lot of people have them, and they're sort of saying that you can actually see the picture on this.
Well, you can see it on here.
Because on some of them you can't, and then they come out blurred, so you're throwing half of them away, or you're not using them.
So how much is this?
The camera itself is €199, and then they're about it's €20 for a packet of 20.
Yeah, they're expensive.
But as Kieran said, at least you can see the photo before you print
them.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can hang them up, and all.
And you know what? I've taken it to some events and that, and the difference between taking a photo and showing or emailing it or WhatsApping it and actually printing it out and saying, "Oh, there you go."
Okay.
It's very novelty. I really love it.
Let's talk digital photo frames. They're not new.
Yeah, they're not new, but this kind of is, and this is probably the best present I ever bought for my parents. It is a Wi-Fi smart photo frame. So you put this on the mantelpiece or wherever on the bookshelf, and you connect it to the wireless, and there's a link that you share out with family and friends.
Whose ring is that?
And oh gosh, I don't know. That's a good question. Is there something I don't know?
I think it's your mother's. God rest her, I think.
The idea is that all the family can throw up photos on the frame from anywhere in the world.
It was just a ring now, because they just know what was coming up there next.
Yeah, that's true. I had no choice there. There's nothing to report, I can assure you.
Maybe we should move on. Yeah. Someone's uploading something from around the world.
Do you know what? It was genuinely the most fantastic present I bought, because any of the family, wherever they are in the world, when my sister's away traveling, she can throw up photos.
Maybe someone's trying to tell you something.
There you go. You never know.
So that's a digital photo frame.
Years to come.
Printer.
Yes.
Look, we were talking about the price of printing these photos, and it can be very, very expensive. That works out at €1 a print. And any way you go, even if you go down to Boots or whatever, it's always expensive to print photos. But I've discovered a hack.
Right.
So that's this EcoTank printer. Now, instead of using cartridges, this printer uses bottles of ink. So instead of little 5 ml cartridges, you've got 70 ml bottles of ink that only work at about €15 a bottle. And aside from just printing regular A4s and A4 photos, it also prints onto 6x4 photo paper. And this printer will print about 7,000 A4 colour out of one set of ink bottles. And I worked out that it'll print 24,000 6x4 photos on the same price.
Yeah. How much is the printer, though?
€300.
Oh,
so it's not wildly expensive
well,
either.
if you are one of these people who love physical photographs, that's a great way of doing it.
It's super cheap because when you buy that, you can buy those in like packets of 1,000 for about 30 quid. So it actually works out a hell of a lot cheaper than going to Boots or going to buying a separate printer.
That's actually a brilliant.
And it serves as your normal printer as well.
Now we all know about Google Photos, yeah.
Do we, though?
Do we?
But do we?
A hell of a lot of people don't realise that they already have Google Photos built into their iPhone or their Android phone. They also don't realise that it's totally free to use. They also don't realise the features it has.
And what does
Google
it do?
Photos, you know when you have your thousands of photos or whatever you might have, and then you try to think, well, I'll stick them in albums. I'll put an album together for my holidays, and then I'll put an album in for family. Google Photos doesn't need that because all your photos are already geotagged. And because Google runs it, you can go in and search for a face. You can go in and type sunsets, and up will come sunsets.
Okay.
You can go in and put dog, and all the photos you ever took with a dog in it comes up. So you can say 2023 April, and all the photos.
No, you can type in as well on your phone.
Yeah,
like on
but
your
like
phone
mine
you'll be
are
able to do it.
automatically done date-wise.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Every
And of
mistake.
course, you can also share albums. That's one thing I find very handy.
So this
with
is
Google
available
Photos.
for iPhone users as well.
Exactly. And that's the other thing. People think that Google Photos is just for Android users. It works even better on an iPhone.
Okay.
And people think, oh, well, I'll have to sign up for it. If you've got a Gmail address already, you already have a Google account, and you already have Google Photos, and you already have up to 15 gigs for free of storage.
And what about if you want to edit your photos? There's another free app there as well.
There's a thing called Snapseed. And again, it's very difficult to find decent free apps these days, good tools. Snapseed is actually powered by Google. That's what it kind of looks like there. And it's just a very clever, very simple, but also very powerful photo editing tool.
Right, okay, well, they're all things that are there. Colin, you've got something to tell us. You're raising money.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, I'm a pilot as well, and I really love aviation aside from just technology. My mum passed away recently to cancer in Blackrock Hospice, and I will never be able to thank them for the wonderful work they did, but I'm trying to raise €50,000 this year by offering people the opportunity to come flying with me and my flying buddies, and to come up in the sky and float around and to buy a voucher for that. So if it's just a friend of yours that needs a lift, or a whole team of people in your work that want to go up and spend the day flying around the place, you can come with me. Go on the link on my bio on Instagram, Gadget Guy Colin, and buy away there. Every penny goes to Our Lady's Hospice and Care Service.
That's fantastic.
That's a wonderful thing to do for your mother.
Gadget Guy Colin.
Gadget Guy Colin, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
And still to come this morning, we've got Camogie captains in the studio ahead of this weekend's All-Ireland Final between Cork and Galway.
Yes, plus we'll be cooking up a zesty summer pasta. See you back here in a few minutes.
It's time now to take a look at this morning's paper, starting with the Star. The headline there reads, "Cheer we go, girls." Tonight, Kelly Harrington targets the lightweight Olympic boxing crown, while athletics ace Rhasidat Adeleke aims to fly through her 400-metre semi-final tomorrow.
The Herald goes with a similar story. Kelly can serve up golden double. Daniel Wiffen and Rhys McClenaghan have tipped Kelly Harrington to become a double gold medal winner today.
The Examiner leads with Irish far-right forges neo-Nazi link. Irish anti-immigration agitators collaborated with groups now deemed international terrorist organisations and prominent neo-Nazis in transnational movements that may be funneling increasing money to Ireland's far right.
The Irish Times goes with warning of far greater cyber attack risk in the next 2 years. The National Cyber Security Centre's Director Richard Brown has warned the risks have multiplied and there is a significantly heightened geopolitical risk now.
The Mirror goes with, I thought evil X would kill me. Twisted Mark Leonard was jailed for 10 years last week for raping and assaulting Mary Jordan over the course of their relationship.
And The Sun leads with, I still love the son who tried to kill me. The mother of a young man who tried to kill her by setting their house on fire has forgiven him and declared, I will always love my son.
McEntee frustrated over soft sentences for violent abusers. Justice Minister Helen McEntee has aired her frustrations about some sentences that have been handed down by courts to violent men, saying the punishment has not always matched the crime. That is the front page of today's Irish Independent.
And finally, the Daily Mail leads with fury over Elon Musk claims on the riots. Social media firms accused of giving platform to hate as Gardaí fear far-right loyalists will travel to Dublin for protests.
Now, we've been asking you all morning to send in pictures if you were maybe at the Olympics, watching it from home on the TV, because there's such hype around it. We're doing so well. And we've got so many pictures that we want to show you. We're going to start with Mairead McNamara, who sent this picture in to us because she was at the tennis.
Oh, no, this is we've got
VT?
the light show. We've got the light show, I think, of the men's 100 metres. So this was like the Coldplay concert that started before the men's 100 metres. What did the women get? Nothing. Nothing. Be happy that you're there racing, girls. So the IOC, Sinead O'Carroll has asked the IOC, hiya, are you planning to do any sort of light display for the women? They're like, we don't want to give away our surprises. So now they're like, whoops, we didn't do anything for the girls. We've got
They
to
let
do
off a
something
few
for them."
balloons or something.
Did they?
Yeah, so they're having a great time because they went from there and they were at the tennis then as well. They're getting tickets for loads of stuff. And they were there, they were at Roland Garros, or no, yeah, it was Roland Garros.
It was at Roland Garros, yeah, it was.
And watching Djokovic. Now, in fairness, I was up for Alcaraz, but as Djokovic, he always wanted a gold medal at the Olympics, and he got it.
He's done the 5.
And he's
this
got it.
is
Yeah.
Aoife and Éanna. They're holding up one of those iconic Paris photo frames, really getting in the mood there. And then we've also got, they were at the rowing. So I think we've got pictures of them at the rowing as everyone's
at the
reading.
medal
This comes in from
ceremony.
Aoife and Éanna. Yeah, oh, look at them. Hopping up and down the lads.
I'm sure they're only delighted.
Aren't they only delighted? Isn't it beautiful?
Isn't the
God.
support amazing there, though? When you see the tricolour on the stands and so many.
Did you hear when they introduced Rhasidat in the stadium yesterday morning? She got the loudest cheer on the track compared to any athlete. It was
amazing.
incredible.
Fintan McCarthy was saying at this that it was shocking at the medal ceremony. He was just like, they went looking for other colour and all they could see were tricolours. They were like obviously everyone else had left and the Irish people just swarmed in with or without tickets. They went for it. So that's lovely. Katrina O'Keefe, what does Katrina O'Keefe have for us? That is Fintan McCarthy signing autographs.
After his win.
Yeah, she's there with the kids as well, I think. There she is. There's Katrina
look
O'Keefe's
at the kids.
That's lovely.
Fiona Darcy sent us pictures. She was at the athletics as well, some of the athletics heats. Isn't it great we're all there? How much are tickets to get into the athletics?
You can get tickets for fairly cheap. Yeah.
You could, yeah. Some of them
like about 80 quid is the cheapest you get in.
And then some people may have bought them a while ago and it was like €1,000.
Thousands and thousands of euro.
They've gone right down.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jane Barry is
Jane,
there as well. Where's
and her
Jane?
family.
There's
we go,
Jane and
Jane.
family.
How are you
There they
doing?
are.
What a lovely summer holiday.
Isn't it? Oh, I
Yeah, and they're at the
suppose.
athletics as well. Oh no, that's at the rugby, is it?
Oh, that's
the
at the
rugby
rugby.
sevens.
I love the track. Wasn't Rhasidat was saying that? Oh, I like the track because it's purple.
purple.
She's like, purple is my favourite colour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she really
I love
likes
it. The
purple. I
track
love
does
the
look
track.
great.
Like, instead of going for your average summer holiday, like get all the family and go to Paris.
I know, yeah. I feel like a fool not going because the next Olympics is so far away in LA. Like the time difference
then
is going to be
Brisbane,
terrible.
difference
and
and
Saudi
everything.
Should really
Arabia.
have gone.
Probably.
They haven't won it yet. They have not won it yet.
Then Berlin.
We'll
all go to Berlin. Well,
Berlin.
After
okay.
that.
Berlin.
Right.
That's it. Thank you so much. Keep sending in your pictures. Anything from home, we'd love to see them. 0896 111 111.
Now, after the break, Camogie captains Roisin Black, Molly Lynch will be with us here in studio.
But look at them. They brought in the
already,
O'Duffy
look at
Cup. I can't believe it. The captains are here, and I'd say things are already getting competitive.
I think this is awkward for
ahead of Sunday's final between Cork and Galway. They're literally going head to head on Sunday.
Definitely
Back
awkward.
with you in a minute.
Now we're gearing up for this year's All-Ireland Senior Camogie Final. Galway and Cork preparing to battle it out for glory.
Just before we started, he tried to get Kilkenny into the mix there. Anyway, ahead of the big day, team captains.
I mentioned the fact that Our club are the
Roisin
reigning
Black.
club champions.
Okay, Roisin Black and Molly Lynch have taken time out of their busy schedules to join us, and it is so lovely to have you both. Thanks so much for coming in, first of all, together, Galway and Cork combined. And the outfit choice. Was this, did you ring each other and go, right,
Definitely planned.
are we just going to...
Definitely planned.
Seriously?
No, I think when we just walked in there, we realised.
Your shoes. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. You were saying, Molly, you were
Yeah,
what?
Puck Fada yesterday, you won.
Yeah, one so busy day yesterday, unbelievable competition, something so unique. We couldn't see the ball on the way back, so really cool experience. So delighted.
Have you done
now.
it before up in the Cooley
Yeah,
Mountains?
so that was my 4th title in a row. So
Now,
been a
look
good
at that.
few in a row. So incredible competition. So got absolutely soaked, but loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
4th in a row. Okay, so we may as well get straight into it. You're the defending champions in the Camogie.
Yeah.
4th in a row, Puck Fada. Oh, there you are there yesterday. How are you feeling ahead of the match?
Really looking
next
forward to
weekend?
it, I suppose. It's what you train for now this week. I suppose training has gone well, so really looking forward to Sunday and just getting down to the match.
And being defending champions, is that something that gets inside your head? Or we were just saw Rhys McClenaghan there talking about we're not the Ireland of old, we're the underdog. We are comfortable sports people now, comfortable in our talents.
Yeah, I suppose it's a nice thing in a way, but there is a target on your back. And I suppose this year we really had to up our game and rise it. So we've done well all along, but we'll have to up another gear against Galway on Sunday.
Yeah. Roisin, I mean, Galway are not kind of strangers either the last 5 years. 2 titles in the last 5 years. So kind of a big day out in Croke Park, you're used to it. How are you preparing?
Yeah, it's great to be back in the All-Ireland Final. We haven't been back there since 2021, since we last won it, so we're delighted to get back in. Yeah, preparations have been going well at the moment, but like you said, like reigning All-Ireland champions Cork, like it's going to be a huge battle ahead. So yeah, just getting everything right now and just keeping the head all focused.
And at this stage, you're probably not doing a huge amount now this week, are you?
No, I suppose it's kind of winding down now and just getting the little things ready and yeah, just kind of getting ready and, you know, having the team talks and different things like that.
Molly, because in regard to this, I suppose, having you both here together, sitting beside each other, you're not going to sit here and start giving away team plans on what you're doing. Amazingly, that's kind of important and has to be kept secret. We're not doing the Canadian team putting the drones over each other's training, I don't think. But, you know, what is it like between the teams? You know each other so well over the years because there's long-term people involved in these teams. So what is the relationship like when you know you're going in and it's a hard match of camogie heading your way, but you know each other quite well?
Yeah, we do. I suppose we have huge respect for Galway. They've made us bring our game to the next level. So without them, I suppose we wouldn't be the team we are. We've really worked hard to try match them in an awful lot of areas. So yeah, I suppose huge respect, and we'd know each other well off the field. So there is some bit of friendship there too. It's not all rivalry.
There was side-eye from Roisin there. She was like, is there? Is there? But is that a thing, you know, when you're breaking everything down, that there's so much goes into it, Roisin, where you are going, right? Because we can see it with the marking, knowing each other's style of play, who's going to be marking where, and it's about shutting them down. You do get to know someone incredibly well over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the game has changed a lot now where you have to go into that depth, you know, to get the extra edge on the other team. And, you know, video analysis is so huge now as well. So, yeah, there is a lot of work, you know, behind the scenes of the training pitch as well. So, yeah, you really do have to kind of have your homework done, I suppose, going into all the games. And, yeah, we've had great battles with Cork all throughout the years, and hopefully now it'll be no different now on Sunday.
And is the drawback to that sometimes you end up playing the opponent's game as opposed to imposing your own game plan on the day? You know, that you get kind of obsessed with what Cork are going to do, as it were.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, that can happen where you get too focused on the other team, and I suppose you have to just kind of go back to the drawing board and say, you know, at the end of the day, it's us and we have to look at our team performance. And yes, you do have to look at some aspects of the other team, but at the end of the day, it's what you do and how you deliver.
You're a primary school teacher in Oranmore.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming throughout the year there's this huge support, and it must be amazing for primary school kids to be like, teachers off playing in Croke Park. Like it does inspire, I hate to say it, but it does inspire the next generation to see something like this happening.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I love teaching, and it's great to see. I was in all-girls school as well, so it's great to see all the girls training as well. So, yeah, it's great. I suppose, you know, they see their teacher playing, so it gives them a bit of inspiration. And, you know, I'm I come to school every day working, so, and at the weekends then I'll be playing camogie. So yeah, it's lovely, and they, they'll be coming in saying I saw you on the TV. But yeah, it's nice for them, and I suppose if it gives them any bit of urge to go play camogie or any different sports, that's all I can do.
Yeah. And Molly, I mean, Cork fans are kind of famously reserved and humble in the lead up to any big game, as we all know. What's the atmosphere like?
It's been brilliant.
They never say anything.
No,
so quiet about it.
Oh God, no.
It's
No.
been brilliant. I suppose loads of people kept up their flags from the men's, so there's a really nice buzz around Cork. There's flags everywhere. I suppose even coming up the road, you still see the flags on the motorway, which is really, really nice to see. So the buzz has been great, but hopefully now we can get good support at the weekend.
Because you've been chosen by your teammates to be captain.
By the club.
By the
so
club, by the
whoever
club, yeah.
wins the county championship in Cork, the club gets to nominate, which is really special.
And it's
unique.
you?
Me, yeah. So Sarah's won the county, so then Sarah's nominates someone, which is really cool because you're representing your club and county. So really
That
special.
must be incredibly special.
Oh, really special. So Sarah's have been so good to me. So it's really nice to represent them.
Because obviously being the captain, you're both captains, you're talismanic for your team. Can we talk about the last few years, the increased eyes on camogie? Because there has been increased eyes. Has it made a difference, Molly?
Massively, I suppose. Every time you run out, there's more people in the stadium. So it's a great buzz. Even I remember playing Waterford last year. It was the first time I was taken back by the noise in the stadium, which is incredible. So it really adds to the occasion. I suppose the more people that go, the more like the men's final it is. So, which hopefully now Sunday will be very close to the men's match.
But I think the point Roisin about the kids as well, like that's key then, is that they grow up and they don't see the difference that maybe we would have seen growing
they
up.
don't.
You know what I mean? It's one or the other. And again, so you're going to give out to me now for doing this, but my kids were at camp last week and Aoife Prendergast, the Kenny captain, was one of the coaches. And I was watching it afterwards when they all broke up to go for autographs. How many would go to Aoife and how many would go to the hurlers? And there was a real split. Like they all went. I was delighted to see it. It was great to see that there was that split.
I'm running out there, that change in atmosphere, the increased crowds. Do you feed off it? Because there, you know, before your time, there wouldn't have been a huge amount of people at them. Are you feeding off it now, Roisin?
Yeah, definitely. I found in the All-Ireland semi-final against Tipperary there nearly 2 weeks ago, the last 10 minutes when it was in the dying moments, we really did hear the crowd and we really did hear everyone, and that kind of gave you the extra boost. And you know that when you hear the crowd, that's your family, that's your friends, that's maybe your students, and kind of gives you that bit of extra motivation to, keep going. And in the end, we won, so it was great, In
the end, we won, and now you're taking on these ones. It's so, for this, so obviously you want as many people to go to this game as possible. The O'Duffy Cup is here. Obviously, Cork have had it. You're dying to take it back to Galway. So in the lead-up in this week, how are you feeling?
I suppose really looking forward to it. I suppose it's a normal week in such sense until you hit Sunday. So we're training out tonight and Thursday night and then into the big weekend. So it's normal in much sense for us. We try to keep our heads down and keep away from everything. So we'll go into training as if a normal Tuesday night now this week.
And Roisin, how awkward has this been?
No. It's great now. I've seen Molly a few times now with the different launches. But same as Molly. It's kind of, you treat the week as the same as any other week. And go training and just be around the girls and be around your family and enjoy the build up to it as well.
Yeah. Do you hope one day that all of the codes are all going to be under one branch? Like, do you think that will be better for everything?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's, it'd be something down the line that we can definitely look at, and I think it'd benefit all sides of GAA as well, and definitely the women as well. But it's definitely something we would love.
Something that you'd love to see. To kind of spread the love throughout them all, really, since you're giving us such enjoyment time in and time out. So much pressure on Cork and Galway this year. It's unbelievable. It's the last one.
Best of luck.
Best of
Enjoy
luck.
it. Yeah.
Brought in the O'Duffy
Ollie and
Cup.
Roisin,
This
listen.
is so amazing. Galway Camogie captain Roisin Black and Cork Camogie captain Molly Lynch. Thank you both so much for being here this morning. Coming in dressed as twins, and they're going to beat each other senseless on Sunday. Thanks a million, guys.
Thanks.
Pleasure.
Now, after the break, we will be in the kitchen, tossing up a zesty ricotta pasta.
Yeah, plus Deric is following the footsteps of Rhasidat Adeleke as he pulls on his runners at Tala Athletics track. We'll be back with you shortly on Ireland Day.
Now, we want to keep the summer going here at Ireland AM, and what better way than a simple summer pasta dish?
Yeah, Jack O'Keefe is here to make his light lemon and ricotta pasta. Tell us more, Jack.
What's the story, boys?
Light lemon ricotta
There's
pasta.
nothing light about me, I can tell you that.
I was going to say, this is not... When we talk about summery, light food, every time I think
I'm
of
the
Jack, I always
last
think of
person that comes to
burgers
head.
and ribs and stuff like that.
Oh, have to be nice every now and then, don't
Yes.
they? Look, I wouldn't say it's healthy. It's just good, normal food. So it's ricotta, just like cream cheese, an Italian version of it. I pop it into a bowl there, right? And I'm going to make a really quick and simple sauce out of that. There's no cooking of the sauce. I'm just cooking the pasta and whatever bits of greens I want to put with it.
Okay.
It's simple, all right? So to start off the recipe, pot of simmering water, load of salt into it. So for a pot of water that big, I'm putting about 2 teaspoons of salt. Get that salty flavour really...
2 teaspoons?
2 teaspoons, yeah. It needs to taste like seawater.
That's a lot of salt, Jack.
Someone says, how salty should my pasta water be? It should taste like the sea. That's how salty it should be, right?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
For
And
all pastas
for all
or just-
pastas. All pastas, right? And then pop your pasta in, look at the packet instructions. Every pasta brand is different. Good quality pastas tend to cook a lot quicker than the cheaper ones. So this is going to take about maybe 4 or 5 minutes of cooking until al dente, right? I've heated up a nice frying
But
pan.
why would you put that amount of salt into it?
Wait till you taste it, because it's delicious.
So it just makes it...
Yeah,
just-
because the salt actually doesn't go into the food, it just seasons it while it's cooking. Or you could take your pasta out and season it by hand if you wanted to, right?
Teaspoonfuls, wow.
2 teaspoons, yeah. So hot pan, and then I have some thinly sliced courgettes like these ones. Popped into some really good extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then I just cook them on a nice medium to high heat until they start to caramelise up and get lovely and delicious like that. Look at that. So give them another minute or two while we're chatting away, and they'll be ready to go then, right? Now, for the
So
sauce.
does this just go... They just go on top of the pasta, is it?
Just, I'm going to mix them through the sauce, but you can put them on top, you can put them on side, you can keep them for steaks or with lamb or whatever. It's a really good way of cooking courgettes. Just
Because I was
thinly
just
slice it.
saying, like, it's hard to know what kind of... Like, if you're sick eating the broccoli or
Yeah.
the Brussels sprouts or the... Like, you just go, what's something different? And that's quite different.
And you
then,
know,
isn't it?
like, a lot of people are getting into, like, their own little allotments and growing their own
Yeah.
veg and stuff in their back garden. And everyone grows courgettes because they're really easy.
Oh, are
and then
they?
I get all these messages on Instagram going, what the hell do I do with all these courgettes?
Yeah, give
And
them
they're
to your relatives. People calling around with a courgette. Look what I have here, Alan.
right? Just thinly slice them, fry them off in some olive oil, and they're absolutely stunning. Now, for the sauce, OK? Some ricotta into a bowl. I've drizzled in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil.
See that,
Just for that
yeah.
little bit of olive oil flavour. Some cracked black pepper goes in on top. Little pinch of salt, because remember, pasta is
I was
salty.
going to say, do
Just
you
a
need
small
any
amount.
more salt, for God's sake?
Oh, yeah. Right? Chopped parsley. I'm keeping back some for garnish on top. And then for that lovely lemon flavour, some lemon zest, which is the outside of the lemon that I've just grated off.
grated off.
Yeah. This is one of them recipes that's so quick, just have everything pre-done before you start cooking. So you're not flapping around the kitchen, right? In goes the zest. And then I have some grated Parmesan cheese, or you can use pecorino or grana padano, or you could even use Irish cheddar, it'd be perfectly fine as well. And that just gives it an even cheesier kick. And then to make it into a lovely creamy sauce, we're going to take our lovely salty pasta water, which has
I see
loads
what
of
you mean at the
starch and
start when
everything
you
in
said
it.
This isn't health food. I mean, it's
Yeah,
half
I'm
cheese,
gonna-
half salt.
This is why it's delicious, lads, right? So a few ladles of it, like so. And then use a real spoon, not that one. And then just mash it up with a spoon or a whisk until it becomes nice and creamy. It's never going to be perfectly smooth. That's just the nature of it.
And there's no heat going on that at all. That's
No heat.
That's it now.
That's it. If I put this into the pan and heat it, it's going to caramelize and burn like cheese under a grill.
Oh, yeah,
And it'll
okay.
stick and it'll destroy your frying pan.
So, are you going to mix the pasta into this?
Yeah, warm pasta straight through. Because it's the summertime, it doesn't have to be piping hot. Do you know? It can be nice and lukewarm. Then take your crispy courgettes and pop them in. And it's
This
okay.
is all-
Tasty, don't they now?
They
Just
look,
like that on
see,
their
I
own.
just want them on their
Put
own.
one aside there for Alan on its own.
And then if you wanted to do that, put them aside on their own. I just have a nice little tray with kitchen paper on it like that to
A
soak up
nice
the ice.
crispy one.
Yeah. Courgette crisps, nothing better.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Right, pop all those in like
This,
that.
this is all very strange. So it's gone into the...
This is
Okay.
very... If you were on anyone that goes on holidays to Italy during the summertime, especially in August, this is something that you'll be quite familiar with. You'll see a lot of the traditional, you see all the nonnas cooking this style of food. Al dente pasta, pick it up straight in then, nice and warm. Or it makes an absolutely fantastic pasta salad as well.
And would you put a little bit... So you're more the water's going in there now.
Yeah, a little
Because-
bit
a
and
little
pieces,
bit
yeah.
of it. So,
You know me, I don't do
no,
anything
but it's
effortlessly.
like it's more liquids going in as well. So.
Yeah.
it won't be too dry.
Yeah, just when you're making it, just be aware of, like, don't make the ricotta mix too runny, because again the pasta is going to have some more water on it, which is going to add to it.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah.
And just toss it around like so. And I'm not messing. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's actually the perfect midweek.
I have never seen pasta like that.
It's going to blow your mind how delicious it is as well. It's so creamy. It's just, oh, and the better the quality of the ricotta as well, the better it's going to be. Finish it off with some more cheese.
A bit more salt. If you got more salt there, you want to lash onto it. Yeah. I think there's still a bit left.
Don't doubt me.
I think there's a bit of salt. There's a bit of salt somewhere in the house.
Look at that.
Yeah, it does look good.
That is a carb load. It's summery, it's fresh, it's zesty. You can put a little squeeze of lemon, you can put some extra lemon on the side if you wanted.
And we have another megaphone for you, do we? Oh, yes, do we?
What's my next vote?
Is it?
I was away camping in West Cork when I sent these, and I can't remember what I said.
There it is. Okay, I can't read that now. So
it's a stunning roast tomato curry. It's one of these recipes I do.
I'm not wearing my glasses. I can't read that.
Good thing I can read.
What would you like, Jack?
From there?
I can, yeah. Right, my lovely wife.
Tomato I can. Tomato curry and what?
So it's a roast tomato curry with flatbread, and it's actually supposed to be grilled halloumi cheese with that as well. And then an amazing, what's that?
Parma ham salad.
A Parma ham salad. So it's lots of tomatoes on bread.
Get your phone up.
So it's the Parma ham's going to be served with some grilled peaches, some burrata mozzarella cheese, and some crispy Parma ham. That's actually class. Both are unreal.
Tomato curry, like, so you're going out there, like vegetarian one, Parma ham. Oh, here, let me taste this.
Yeah,
it's so much nice. It'll be nice and light.
So yeah, it's delicious. So as Alan said, get the phone up, scan the QR code, and that's the handiest way to do it. You decide which one you want to vote for. I got glasses and I haven't worn them yet. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, I got them about a month ago. Tomato curry and Parma ham salad. There you go.
Yes, there we go. Tomato curry looking good at the moment with the flatbread. So that's what you could be making next. Jack O'Keefe, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Jack. Now, after the break, Deric is going to be with us live from Tallaght.
Yes, that's right. He's following in the footsteps of track star Rhasidat Adeleke, and he's going to be put through his paces back very soon.
Welcome back. Now, Deric has been in Tallaght Athletic Club all morning, celebrating one particular Olympic star.
Yes, he's stationed himself at the home track of our very own Rhasidat Adeleke.
Deric, how are you getting on?
Yes, good morning team. We're flying the flag down here in Tallaght Athletic Club.
Lovely morning, Frank.
The sun is shining. The guys are in great form, of course, ahead of the semi-final with Rhasidat Adeleke in the 400 on Wednesday. Cyril Johnson's with us, Cyril, the PRO, and in fact you're also a coach. And this is where it all started for Rhasidat Fado.
Yeah, well, I think Rhasidat competed from the time she was maybe 12 years of age or under. In 2013, I think she first joined the club. And she would have been coached at that stage by Johnny Fox.
Yeah, of course, we met Johnny last year.
Yeah, you met Johnny, I think, last year, yeah, after the...
Wonderful man.
Yeah, fantastic man. I mean, certainly a legend, you know, in his time. Johnny, unfortunately, passed away at the end of April. And we also lost another long-term coach, Tony Bourne.
And I suppose Rhasidat is his legacy, because he always knew from the get-go, as a young girl, he said, and I remember him saying it last year, she will make the Olympics and she will win a medal. That's what he said to me.
Well, they were Johnny's words, and I think Johnny's looking down very, very proudly now at this moment in time, you know. And I think he did a fantastic job with her, as did Daniel Kilgallen, who then took over from Johnny for a couple of years before she headed off to Texas, where, as you can see, she's even progressed even further.
Absolutely. That's where she studied for her scholarship, and she's moved on there. Of course, the Diamond League quite recently. She did pretty well in it, and she scooped gold there.
Yes, she ran a fantastic race in Monaco. There's no doubt, you know, and she's also tested her speed when she won the national senior 100 metres here in Santry only recently, breaking another record.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 50-odd Irish records under her belt. And then to go and win silver medal there at the recent European Championships.
Over in
so it's
Rome.
all been great progression. And then the Diamond League in London, where she was, again, checking on her speed, where she she ran the 200 metres.
Cecil, let's talk about the Olympics. Obviously, she was in the quarterfinals there on Monday. 50.09 was her time. She seemed to have plenty in the tank going around the last bend.
She certainly did, and it was a comfort to see her looking around both sides of her and just easing up with almost 100 metres to go.
I mean, who is her competition tomorrow now in the semis?
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't see the lineup in the semis, but I think the lineup for the finals will be the likes of Polino, Kazimierek, Price, and
and Alfred as well. Alfred from San Lucia. She won the 100.
Well, Alfred won the 100 the other night.
Yeah,
Alfred would be a training partner of hers in Texas, yes.
Yeah, and she said that Rhasidat's doing pretty well. She's working her butt off, is what she said, actually.
Well, and she has worked her butt off, to be fair to her, and she knew once she went to Texas how hard she had to work, because working with those girls certainly has helped her progress.
What do you think are her chances then in the semis?
She's progressed from the semis, there's no doubt in the world about it, Her chances in the final, and I'll be there for the semis, I'll be there for the final.
Yeah, and you'll be flying the flag.
She certainly, I'll be flying the flag. She'll be doing us proud, there's no doubt in the world about it.
All right, Cecil, we'll come back to you in a few moments, because we're going to say hello here to Hazel. Hazel, there's a lot of funding and a lot of development here going into the club.
Yeah, absolutely. We rely, I'm the club secretary, and we rely a lot on local funding from the South Dublin County Council. We recently got community infrastructure grant that resurfaced part of our track, which is in excess of nearly 30k. But our big one that we're looking for now at the minute is the Sports Capital Grant, and that's because we need a whole resurface. Obviously, with all the athletes coming through, like Rhasidat, and all the young kids coming through now, we need to have a decent track. So hopefully, in the coming months, we'll find out if we've got that. So.
Yeah, onwards and upwards from there. Now we're going to say hello here to Jackie. Jackie is a mum of 5, and Jackie, you have a son and a daughter that come down here.
Yes, Deric. I have 2 children enjoying running here in Tala Athletics. At this moment, they are all enjoying watching the Olympics. And this is good for All-Ireland, is good for all the children that are willing to go forward with their running career or even sports career. Myself, I love watching sport in general, and I enjoy every single bit of running that Rhasidat is doing this.
And it's great to have the guys down the track, because I suppose, Jackie, this is where it all starts at that young level, right?
Yes, it's great to have all of us together. This is the way. This is a nice track where everyone is developing slowly by training, following the discipline that is given to them, like coming to training all the time. It's big discipline, and this inspires all of them and brings great motivation. And for me, it's just a great inspiration and great joy to come here together to support Rhasidat this morning.
Well, absolutely. And speaking of inspiration, we're joined now by 2 young athletes. In fact, 2 brothers. We've got Chris and Daniel. And Chris, we'll start with you. You're looking obviously at Paris at the moment. You're watching the games on TV. Is this inspiring you as a young athlete?
Yeah, absolutely. Rhasidat was so inspirational for the younger generation of the country in sport and stuff like that. And she, hopefully she just brings home the medal on Friday, and just be great for the nation and for everyone.
You're obviously in the 100 metres. So in terms of your training then, you're under 18s?
Yeah. So I come down here Tuesday, Thursday, and do a bit on Saturday, and do a bit of gym. So.
And as your career progresses then, where do you see yourself over the coming years?
Yeah, hopefully I can make it to the European Championships and probably hopefully go to the Olympics as well.
And go from there. And beside you, your brother Daniel. And Daniel, you're what age are you now?
I'm 14.
You're 14, so you're competing at under
15s.
15 at the moment. And again, as I said to your brother, as a young athlete, are you inspired watching what's going on over in Paris?
Yeah, it's very inspirational. When you see a person from Tallaght who's gone all the way to Olympics into the semi-finals, it's very inspirational.
And for you then, what do you hope to do one day?
I'd hope to win a medal.
Win a medal,
yeah.
The Euros, yeah. The Olympics. There we go. He's a confident lad, and Cecil, that's where it starts, doesn't it? At that young age.
It is at that young age, and I think it's quite important. I mean, like Rhasidat, she tried all events, you know, and then when Johnny identified where our talents lay, and then nurtured her there in that regard, and then developed her skills, and Daniel then added to that before she
Absolutely.
progressed.
And all thanks to the fantastic staff
Fantastic
and the
work.
coaches
and I think
here.
It's been brilliant, you know, and I think it's all voluntary.
All
and
voluntary.
I think the people who provide those supports, whether it's this club or other athletics clubs throughout the country, they're all volunteers and they do a fantastic job.
All right, we really appreciate your time here this morning. From everyone in Tallaght Athletic Club, they've been absolutely fantastic. Here's that for Rhasidat tomorrow and on Friday, but for now, back to you guys in studio. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Lovely
What a
morning there.
Beautiful morning and a great way to see the runners that are coming up as well behind Rhasidat and what she's managed to do to inspire so many people. So congratulations. But coming up, do you know what? The sport, it does not stop this morning.
That's right. Two-time Olympic medalist and former star of Game of Thrones.
Obviously.
How many Olympic medals do you have to win before you stop getting introduced to this? Anyway, Daniel Wiffen will be with us.
Yeah, so what is it? It's
the whiff.
The whiff. There we go.
The whiff.
He's gonna be with us very shortly. See you in a few minutes.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you so much, Deric. And we are sticking with the Olympics and Olympic fever. You have been sending in your pictures. This is from Suzanne Dooley. She sent in a photo of her and the family having a good crack over in Paris.
Look, Grace, so many people have went over. This is Alison and Neve. They're from Monaghan Town watching the Olympics. Look at that shot. Isn't that a fantastic shot?
Oh, Stade de France looks
Stade de
great.
France looks amazing.
Some of them have managed to nail down Olympians, like Gerard Hannon from Limerick with Paul O'Donovan. Look at that.
That's a great picture.
The man
And he's
himself.
wearing the Limerick jersey. Good man yourself.
Yeah.
Paul looks as comfortable as he always does in the limelight.
Yeah, he is. There he is with Dara Lynch as well, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh
no, sorry.
No, that's a different. That's Marion. Is that Marion Siobhan from Limerick at the Olympic Games?
I think it must be.
Yes.
Go on, Limerick.
Go on, Limerick, in your green shirts.
And then Michael has sent us a picture of his son Cassius with Kelly Harrington. God, Kelly looks well there.
There we go. So that was Gerard Hannon with Dara Lynch, and now we've gotten on to Cassius.
Cassius
what a
with
perfect
Kelly.
name.
Yeah,
Cassius Clay, Cassius there
Isn't
with
that
Kelly
a great
Harrington.
picture with
That's a
Kelly?
brilliant.
Look, she's the gloves on and everything. Must have been just when she got out of the ring.
She looks delighted as well.
Yeah, but
I can't wait for tonight.
Look, she looks so, like, physically, I've never
Yeah,
seen
she's
her
great,
arms look
yeah.
so amazing. Zoe Quinn is with Paul O'Donovan as well, we believe. No?
Oh, yeah, look,
oh,
they
yeah.
laugh him on the street.
Is that him just in
Yeah.
the civvies?
Yeah.
It's amazing when
That's
they're
what
out
he
and
looks
about
like
in
in
their
the real world,
civvies.
yeah.
I was watching...
Walking around Paris, just grabbing athletes. There you go.
But I was watching a report from the BBC that they're going, where are all the tourists? Because the Parisians have just left Paris.
Oh, yeah.
They've gone, bye-bye, we're not putting up with any of this.
Yeah.
And then it's like the streets aren't as full as they thought they were going to
But
be.
this is the whole thing. Like, hotel prices have come down. Like, lots of things. Like, as you were saying earlier on, there are tickets now available.
Loads of tickets are coming available, yeah. I know loads of people over there, they're just picking up tickets left, right,
Left,
and
right,
centre
and
for
centre,
things.
because it's almost like charging $2,000 for a ticket at the start. No, the touts are going to take a little
If you have
bit
the
of
next few
hit.
days off,
It
And
would
you
be
could get
great
over.
to
Work
get
it up,
over
wouldn't
to
it?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was even like I saw somebody putting up. I paid €800 for the opening ceremony, and he was sitting on one of the stands along the Seine, and he said, compared to what people saw on the television, this is what I saw. So he saw a few the boats passing by, and that was about it. He wasn't even near any of the big sort of, like, you know, when they had the big numbers and the stuff. He was furious.
It's almost like there is a cost of living crisis and people can't afford these gouging prices and have decided, no, we're just going to stay away. And now
and
it's
that's
at a
right.
decent
And then
price.
all the prices come down.
It's good. Anyway,
Yeah.
coming up, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go live to Paris.
That's right. Greg is going to be sitting down with Armagh gold medalist, Daniel Wiffen.
Yeah, the swimming sensation joins us after the break. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Ireland AM. He was world champion. He is now also Olympic champion.
He certainly is. He's one of Ireland's most successful swimmers ever.
Live from Paris, here is Greg O'Shea with two-time Olympic medalist Daniel Wiffen. Take it away, Greg.
Yes, live from the Irish Cultural Centre,
two-time Olympic medalist, world champion and Olympic record holder is with me, Mr. Daniel Wiffen. You're very welcome, sir. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks very much for asking. Busy week for you. You've been in the Olympic Village from day one. You've already got 2 medals from 2 races. Very special week for you, I'm sure. Looking back, it's been amazing so far.
Yeah, I know. It's been so amazing. I mean, obviously competing on the day 3 of the swimming, getting that gold in the 800 and like a crazy race, and then obviously an Olympic record and so many other records as well. But yeah, and then finishing it off there, the swimming with the bronze medal, and then heading into a new sport for me, marathon swimming. It's going to be a very crazy Olympics.
Yeah, you do it all, Daniel, and such a good attitude as well. You're always smiling, you're always up for the crack. But after the 1500 metre race, we could see the competitive edge in you. You weren't as happy as you hoped you would be, which just shows that it means a lot to you. But now that the dust has settled a little bit, can you look back at only 23 years old, you're on the podium twice at this Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, it's never actually really happened before in any type of Irish sport to be on 2 podiums. And yeah, I mean, I would have loved to win the 1500. It is my favourite event. And then, but you know, I'll happily settle for a bronze medal. And you know, we won late early on in the week, so we're still Olympic champion at the end of the day.
Of course, and you're the first Irish male swimmer to stand on the podium and hear Aran Navian, and you couldn't hold the tears back. How much did that mean to you?
Yeah, so much. I think it's actually because I was looking over at my parents. They were like, just made me actually just break down, honestly. But yeah, it was so special, and I think I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I was with your parents the other night in the Team Ireland house, and they were smitten. They're so proud of you. Have you got time to speak to them about your results so far?
Yeah, I mean, I met them after the 1500 heats. I went and showed them the gold medal, and then I haven't shown them the bronze yet, but I'm not sure if they actually want to see it. But yeah, I mean, I saw them, and then I've met up with Nathan a couple of times, you know, and I FaceTime all the time anyway. But yeah, I'm sure after this will be a lot of celebrating in our house.
It just shows the level of athlete that you are, that a bronze medal, you're just like, yeah, it's just a bronze. It just shows really good work and dedication. And you also got an Olympic record in that 800 metre that you mentioned a while ago, 7:38.19.
Yeah.
Is that the goal? Is that what you wanted? You wanted to get the Olympic record, or is it just about getting the win?
Honestly, I think coming into the Olympics, my goal was like, I had so many different ones. I want to go certain times and stuff like that. But as soon as we got into the racing, it was more like, yeah, let's just get our hand on the wall first. That is really what the Olympics is about. So in terms of the records, I kind of knew that one was going to go. In my eyes, it was a bit slow. And then obviously to get the gold as well in the race, and like an incredible finish was even better.
What a finish, yeah, you caught the Italian. And back onto the 1500 metre, it took a world record to beat you. So it must be tip of your hat to think that he managed to do that.
Yeah, I actually think I'm doing pretty well at predicting, because I said this before, it was going to take a world record, and then, I mean, yeah, it was a great race, and I'm actually really happy that world record's gone. It was about time, and yeah, I mean, we'll be back next year getting it.
Of course you will be. Do you relish that competition? Because there's the American, there's the Italian, and there's yourself. That brings out the best in you and spurs you on, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure it brings out the best in me, but it definitely makes me I'm a very competitive person, and, you know, I just love racing, and you know, that I don't know, that like kind of feeling you get when you're head to head with somebody, especially in the 800, the adrenaline I had in the last 50, and then the 1500, I was just like, just trying to survive, honestly, at the end. And yeah, I mean, we were on the podium twice, so I'm just so happy.
It's so good. And there's been a bit of chat about your breathing technique when you're in the race. Could you just give us a bit of insight into that? Are you breathing on a certain side to see your competitors, or how does that all work?
Yeah, so I do this weird thing where I will breathe to basically just one direction the whole race, and it's kind of like so I don't know, in swimming, so when you like breathe to one side, it hurts just one side more than the other on your shoulders, so it evens it up a bit. And then also it's just I'm keeping an eye on the race the whole time, because since it's so tactical and somebody can make a move at any second, you kind of need to be aware.
So it's also a mental challenge along the way.
Yeah.
But I love your interviews, I love your attitude. It's like the perfect balance of confidence for me without being cocky. Does that come naturally, or does it come from really good preparation?
I think preparation, honestly. Like, I'm only confident from what I do in like my work, like I do in the training every day. I mean, if I wasn't training, I probably wouldn't be confident, or it'd be false confidence anyway. But yeah, it's just like, I think just getting in the pool 26 hours a week, and you know, when you're producing some of the sets I produce, it's like, damn, I really am in the best shape of my life, and I can do this.
Yeah, and you're putting your money where your mouth is. Last night you were doing a swim down, which is a warm down in swimming terms, at 12 o'clock at night. You're up this morning at 5, back in the pool getting prepped. That's the time that people don't see. But what we did see was when you came out just before your finals, you gave a W to the screen. There were some commentators saying that meant world record, where I'm presuming that meant Wiffen, your surname.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it a couple of times, and yeah, it means Wiffen, you know, the W or the whiff, whatever he keeps calling it at the moment.
Yeah, we love that. It's really good. Keep it up. I want to ask you though, obviously you're 800, 1500, and now you're doing the 10K, the marathon distance. What is your motivation to just mix it up? Because for me, that's looking like Noah Lyles doing the marathon. Like, it seems a bit crazy to me. So what is your motivation to try it all?
Yeah, it is kind of a bit crazy. It'd be my first time in doing it at the Olympics. But, I mean, I kind of like train similar to it. I mean, I'm not doing the same amount of meters that they would be doing, but I can hold a really fast pace. And I mean, it really shows, because a lot of people, I think, are a bit worried. But, yeah, I mean, I just want to keep pushing the boundaries of what I can do. I'm not done, to be honest. And I think that's what is kind of crazy, that I can get into a race that I've never done before and people think I'm going to win. And so, I mean, it's going to be a good race, and we really see what happens. My goal is to finish the race, because a lot of people don't, and it's going to be quite tactical and quite physical. I'm now a contact sport athlete as well, so we'll see how it goes.
We might get you playing rugby sevens in LA 28 then. I mentioned I met your family the other night, and I got chatting to Nathan, your twin, and also Ben, your brother. They're big inspiration for you. I know you had Nathan at the Europeans, and you said you like having him beside you. Is that a big motivator for you, is to get him to these championships as well?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, my older brother's the reason why I started swimming. He was the one who took that first leap into the pool, and, you know, that's the reason why I started competitive swimming in the first place. And Nathan's my motivator, yes man, my biggest critic, you know, and my training partner, and he's mainly the reason why I'm in the shape I am at the moment, winning these medals. And yeah, I mean, it's great to have him here. I wish he was at this Olympics, but, you know, he just missed out slightly, and I mean, he would still support me from home, and then hopefully we'll be in LA together, and the Wiffen twins will be on top.
There's still plenty of time for him, for sure. So you're a family man, obviously, but you're also a good Irish man, and there's been a bit of debate between, are you County Down, are you County Armagh? You're clearly County Armagh, I presume.
Yeah, I am, definitely. I mean, I went to school at St. Pat's, you know, Armagh, I'm Orange County, that's it.
Yeah. And All-Ireland football, did you get a chance to watch it?
Do you know what? I did watch some of it, but I know my brothers were watching it in the Irish pub here in Paris, and they were loving it. And then the Armagh manager was here the other night as well, so I got to meet him. And yeah, and I've got all the players in my WhatsApp and me as well, saying it's a great month for Armagh, and yeah, I mean, it's just great to see.
It is great to see. And do you think with this 10K coming up, that you said you want to get on the podium, do you feel like it's another medal opportunity for Armagh?
We'll see. I'd love to be on the podium. I just, it's so unknown, you know what I mean? I've never done it before, and I mean, I think any time I race is a medal opportunity, so we'll see what happens. If I come last, I'm still happy because I did it. I've come away with 2 medals, so what can we do?
It's such a positive attitude you have. And you hope this attitude you bring in, the work ethic, is going to inspire the next generation?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I've loved all the messages before the 1500. People are like texting me, oh yeah, I saw Daniel Wiffen's 800 final, I'm getting in for a swim this morning, and it's just inspiring a whole nation. And, you know, I can't wait to get back home and celebrate with everybody, and, you know, maybe I'll come around to different pools in Ireland and have a look and see who's going to be the next big star.
Yeah, you're even inspiring me. I'm getting some swimming lessons at the moment for triathlons, and my coach is trying to compare me to your leg kick, and I was like, I'm lucky if I'm staying afloat. So keep up the good work. You're inspiring people outside the swimming sport as well. But regardless of the Olympics and training and media, you've had a lot of time in Paris. How are you keeping yourself entertained? I've seen your Wiffen Twins YouTube. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, I just like to do different things. The Wiffen Twins channel is really just about showing like what I do behind the scenes and how an Olympic champion trains. And I mean, it's great insight. And like, in terms of what I'm doing around Paris, honestly, it's like sleeping a lot of the time. And yeah, and eating in the village. A lot of my day is eating, honestly. Trying to get 7,000-8,000 calories in.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's like 3 times the amount I'm eating, so fair play to you. One other thing I saw was your videos going viral. You had a try-on haul and also your medal going viral. You must enjoy that because you're always a good man for the social media.
Yeah, it is pretty cool to see, and yeah, I just get all these messages every day saying how cool it is to see an Irish person win from such a small nation, but I think we're a pretty big nation now in terms of the medals haul that we're bringing back home so far. So.
Definitely, it's the most successful Olympics so far. We have you to go on Friday, we have Kelly to go as well tonight. So you must be so happy to be part of Team Ireland and see everyone doing really well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, everybody's getting inspired by each other, and I think that's why we're doing so well. I think we started off with Mona as the bronze medal, and we haven't really stopped ever since. I think nearly every day we're getting a new medal, and I can't can't wait to see more and more athletes, and obviously Kelly tonight, hopefully bringing back that gold.
Well, Daniel, you're an inspiration. Very well done, and best of luck in the 10K.
Thank you.
Back to you in studio, guys. That was double Olympic medalist Daniel Wiffen.
Thanks you so much.
Greg.
So
He's
good.
a tonic, isn't he? He's great.
He's fantastic. Did you watch the up close of the medal though? That was, I think I watched him unboxing his medal about 10 times.
Oh yeah?
So yeah, looks very fancy. Bit of the Eiffel Tower in it, lads.
Yeah,
Yes,
bit of the Eiffel
tiny
Tower.
bit of the
yeah.
Eiffel Tower.
One
Wow.
bunch of the
Are
Eiffel
they
Tower
just
left.
shaving it off? That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
exactly. Yeah, it's getting
No,
shorter and shorter in the background.
Well,
Anyway,
lovely.
lots to come at Ireland AM this morning.
We've got the perfect fashion for a first date.
Oh, Ginny, go away. And from acrylic to shellac, we'll be getting expert nail advice, including if you're having issues with your nails. We'll see you back here very shortly.
You're very welcome back now. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Oh, I'm over here, am I? A beautiful Tuesday morning. Thanks, our floor manager there. It's a lovely warm weather. Well, these two are not feeling it. I think it's lovely and warm out here.
Stephen was waving at you. He's like, I'm not taking the blame for this. Do you know what we're doing today? We're doing first date outfits with Mandy
We
Mara in
sure
fashion.
are.
Hello, how are you?
Good morning to you.
Good
Lovely
morning.
this
to have you.
gorgeous morning, as Helen says, as he's all wrapped up in his jacket.
Well, yeah,
But
that's
it
what
is
Miriam
nice.
said. Oh, yeah, you've your top on and your jacket.
Stop and his
The
jacket.
sun is coming, but it's all about date nights. And of course, we are coming into the last of the summer clothes, and that's all of our looks this morning, our high street looks. But it's how to look really hot for the next couple of weeks going out.
It's mad, isn't it? The summer sale, like the sales are on. They're trying to
That's
get
right.
rid of the stock
That's
to
right.
get the winter, to get the autumn stock in.
And summer's going to start in September and
Yeah, it'll
October, like it
start
did last
now,
year.
yeah.
So we'll have it.
Now, this colour is going to be a big one for the winter anyway.
It's absolutely
This
going to be
maroon,
huge.
yeah.
It's in the burgundy. And they actually have this particular look in cream and in grey as well. But I loved the burgundy when I was choosing this. I just thought it was a really good colour. But it's a real kind of a 70s vibe.
Yeah.
You know, I'm loving the fact of the little top. It's a little knit top, of course, that has that little collar on it as well.
But they sell separately,
And
obviously.
they do indeed, yeah. They sell separately.
And the trousers then
And then
are-
the little trousers then, as we see, are cropped. And again, that kind of, as I said, a 70s vibe. You can, as I said, you can wear them with lots of other things, but I love it together. I think it'd be nearly ashamed to split them.
They
But I
look
just
really
think
well,
it works
yeah.
really, really well together.
Gorgeous. And now we've got some bracelets that are real chunky bracelets going on there. Is
Yeah,
that what
and
we're
this
having?
is what it's all about, and it's what we're going to be seeing a lot in accessories as well, is that it's actually going to be a lot of layering coming through. But I love the fact that the different colours as well. So it's a little bit more bolder by bringing something in a little bit different, that you don't necessarily have to stick with the same colours of the outfit. We have a little bit of the greens, of course, we have the cream and the burgundy as well.
And
the tiniest bag.
It fits what you need to fit, and it fits the lipstick and the phone, and away you go,
And your
you're
credit card.
sorted, and that's it.
Bit of money.
But it's
That's all you
lovely.
need.
It's real dainty. I
It's a
couldn't leave
dinky
it. I
little
loved
car-
it. I just
dinky
thought it
little
was just
bag.
something a little bit
And
different.
does it go crossbody at all? No,
It
it's
doesn't.
just holds.
That is
no.
it.
No, you just hold
That
it like
is it.
that.
Now
But
these shoes, the colour, this
aren't
colour.
they just fabulous?
Yeah, well,
I-
this colour is going to be everywhere this winter.
It's going to be huge, Muireann. It's really, really going to be on for the season. But I'm loving it. I just think they're a beautiful heel. Very simple, as I said, but it works perfectly with the outfit, of course, as well.
Absolutely gorgeous. Sarah, thank you so
very
much for
much,
that
Sarah.
one.
Now,
Lovely.
And that
Caroline-
full look is actually from Zara, just to mention that as well.
Yes,
And all from
Caroline.
the Athlone Town Centre. So we welcome Caroline before she heads back to Dubai. But again, loving this. And this full look is from Zara as well. But to me, we've been seeing a lot of matching pieces and cords this season, but the waistcoat and trousers has been a massive
Yeah,
trend.
the waistcoat here is gorgeous.
Isn't
on
it
her.
just fabulous? And again, like that, when you're sitting back and people often get, what do we wear? I love pieces like this because you can bring them out time and time again. They won't date, but you can mix and match with other pieces you already have. And I think that's what's clever about outfits
It's
like
lovely and
this.
fitted. And that the lovely, is that a belt
A little
with
belt
it?
with it as well. And you have the option, of course, if you wanted to, you could leave it open and put a little shirt underneath it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot you can do with the styling on this. But because of the theme we're doing with the date night, I just thought it was nice just to leave it quite simple.
Yeah, no, it looks very tailored.
The
very
slit up the
nice
back is
indeed.
great because
Yeah.
it's nice and long.
Absolutely,
actually,
and it covers
make
exactly.
fall.
Yeah,
And you've just
so
put it
no.
with the same colour trousers.
We just went with the same matching trousers. Now, they have this in black as well, and the black in this is absolutely stunning too. But again, like that, to me now, this is just a fabulous outfit because you can wear it absolutely anywhere.
It's
But
got a lot of Blake liveliness to
Isn't
it.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now,
lovely.
the jewellery is very unusual here with the earrings and the cuff.
Yeah, and the earrings, if the earrings themselves are making a huge statement, as you can see here, and this is what it's all about. It's all about statement jewellery, and these aren't they amazing? And they're actually quite light, because I think people, if they see the size, they might get a little bit frightened and think, oh my God, how can I wear those on my
around
nose?
slightly to us, Carla, we see it. No, towards the camera there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
You see it, yeah.
Isn't it beautiful? They're really, really beautiful. And again, like that, then we went with a matching cuff then as well. And again, like that, the cuff is a lot of what we're going to be seeing coming through again.
Is it? Because we've seen it before and then...
Oh, no, it's here. It's going to be here for next season.
Coming out in November.
Oh, right,
all
we'll
about
be
the
all
cuffs.
gladiator.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
The gladiator shoes and all will be back, will they?
Everywhere. And then these gorgeous mules.
Yeah, like there was a lot to play with this, and actually I was going to maybe go the burgundy, but decided I thought the leopard print on this would work absolutely perfectly on this.
Yeah, they look absolutely gorgeous together. Thank you so much, Caroline. Cheers. We're moving on to Kate for this next look.
We're now heading to River Island, and I think this is absolutely beautiful on Kate. It's a gorgeous scoop neckline dress, and of course it has this printed detail with a little belt. Again, like that, the belt is optional, but I think it's actually beautiful with this.
Yeah, River Island have been doing great stuff for the last 2 years.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a little silk dress.
And you've just matched it with some jewellery here, is it?
Yeah, we kept. Now, what we did with the jewellery with this, Ellen, is we kept it very minimal, because like that, I just think there's so much going on with the print and the dress, you don't need to overkill, and we just went layered the bracelets, and it works really well with this.
And the bag is kind of matched in with the bracelets and everything. It's all connected.
Exactly, brought the whole look together. And I actually think the bag is actually quite very designer-inspired type bag. I love it. They have it in black as well.
I love when you say designer-inspired. It's a YSL.
I actually thought it was a new Saint Laurent. I actually thought it was.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
And then the shoes?
And then the shoes then, and I love these. We went with a simple black sandal. And what I also like about these for people to note, sometimes people when they're buying shoes, these actually come in a wide fit as well, and I think it's important for people to know that, because often at times they're so narrow, they're afraid to buy them or purchase them, whereas these are actually a wide fit, and I think it's good to note on that.
And River Island do that a lot, actually, don't they?
They sure do. And I'm loving the dress comes up to a size from a size 6 to size 18 as well.
I should always ask when you're in the shop.
Of course you should. And they'd love to be asked.
Thank you so much, Kate. You can go get your jacket on. Freezing there, God bless her. Sarah has the jacket on.
Sarah has the jacket on. I love this. This full look is from Tommy Hilfiger, but oh my God, the bomber. Isn't it just...
It's great, yeah.
Isn't it just... I think this is just the coolest bomber ever. I love it. And again, like that, you can easily mix and match this with jeans or with just a simple white shirt or whatever, but a T-shirt. Love this. Very simple, and also to note as well, it's water repellent, which I think is a good point because it is a little bit more expensive than most bomber jackets as well. But I just think the fact that you can obviously wear it in the rain, happy days.
Yeah, lovely.
You'd know you're paying for it, but it does look quality.
The shirt dress.
Yeah, the shirt dresses we've been seeing a good few of, and I'm loving this. It's very, very simple. It has a very, as you can see, a very faint stripe in it as well. Of course, picking up the typical colours of the Tommy with the red, the navy, and that light blue, but a very, very subtle stripe.
And with the bag as well. Preppy out, Tommy Hilfiger.
They kept it very simple with a little crossbody with this, and I'm loving this. It's beautiful. And again, like that, bags like these are investment pieces. You'll always have them.
Well, I suppose like you do invest in something like that and you have it for years.
Well, absolutely.
These shoes, very, very like ones that Jennifer Aniston's always wearing.
They're gorgeous. Yeah. And they're absolutely beautiful. I have a pair myself, and they're the most comfortable pair you'll put on you, and I love them. But again, like that, they'll match with so many other pieces that you already have. But to finish off the complete look for our date nights.
Yeah. And so where's it all from?
Everything is from the Athlone Town Centre.
Lovely stuff.
Gorgeous.
Thank you, Mandy. Thank you very much.
Sarah. Sarah's delighted to have the jacket on there.
All we need now is the date, and we're sorted.
That's it. Yeah. There we go. Mandy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much. Now, coming up next, we're heading to the nail bar to myth bust some misconceptions around nail health.
Wow. Okay. See you in a few minutes.
Welcome back. Now, the nail industry, it has soared in popularity in recent years, but at what cost to our natural nails?
Well, consultant dermatologist Dr. Isabel Hawke is here to talk us through some of the potential health risks of nail manicures. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And when we think of getting our nails done, we wouldn't think that it has some health problems associated with that. So how can it damage our health?
That's a great question. So nail as manicures, it can be a great thing to keep your nails healthy too, but there are some risks and there are some things you have to be mindful of. A couple of different things come up. First of all, over-filing. So if you're too aggressive with your nails, that can actually damage the nail plate and thin it out. So that's something to be watchful of. Another thing that can happen is there's a very important structure in our nail called the cuticle.
Yeah.
So that protects the nail matrix, which is like the little factory where our nail cells are made. It's right at the base of our nail. It's really important to keep that intact because it protects our nail from the outside world. So a thing that comes up often in my clinic is that the nail cuticle has been destroyed and then infections can get in there.
And how was it destroyed?
Very simply, as part of the manicuring process, it's often removed. With little drilling devices, to make a nice clean bed for the manicure. Now you can still have a manicure. You're shocked.
Does that not hurt?
No, but that's when it's chopped off.
Yeah.
You know when it's chopped off. Do you not get it? It gets chopped off, right? Sometimes it can lead to bleeding on the nail bed. Should that not be? Can you say, please don't get rid of my cuticle?
Absolutely, and that's something I do personally. So what you ask is just, can you just gently push it back instead?
Push back,
exactly,
like you would have done at home when you were a young kid.
Yeah, and that's definitely something you can do, and that's a healthier way of manicuring your nails.
Okay, that's something that's very important because normally it is just ripped off.
Yeah,
right, okay.
And the practices differ in different salons too. Another thing that often comes up is the machines that are used to cure the nails.
The UV machines?
Exactly, yes. So there are UV machines and there are also LED machines. LED machines are a little bit safer because UV radiation, as we all know, can damage the DNA in our cells and lead to skin cancer.
We were talking about that last week, of people still getting sunbeds and we're talking about banning sunbeds. So would you think this might be banned, or is it just it's such a small area that it wouldn't affect you mainly?
It should still be avoided because a lot of people are getting their nails manicured very frequently. Thankfully, a lot of the UV machines have been switched out for LED, which are a lot safer.
Okay.
You can also put on sunscreen before your manicure, and you can even get these little cute gloves.
Then is it not wiped off then when you're getting
Potentially. And there are little cute gloves you can get to protect your hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some nail removal, and treatment. So if shellac has become a big nail thing, and that's like made of beetles, and to remove that, you're ripping your nail off a lot of the time, or it's harsh chemicals. If you do it at home by yourself and it's coming off, they're doing damage, right, if you're taking them off incorrectly.
Exactly, and I'm really glad you brought that up because a lot of the damage that is done is not from the polish itself, it's actually from the processes. So that drilling down to remove the shellac is quite aggressive sometimes. So if there is a possibility to soak them off, and acrylic nails, gel nails, shellac nails can all be soaked off, that is a lot gentler for our nails and it's a lot healthier.
They can be soaked up?
Yeah.
So could you go into your nail salon and go, hi, can I soak them?
Yeah. And
it takes longer, does it?
It takes a little longer, but I think nail salons, from my experience, are very receptive. You may just need to advocate a little bit for your priorities.
And if you want to go and get, I know men get their nails done as well. I mean, are there safer versions of everything?
Yes,
like when you go into your nail salon, can you say, is that an LED, or what would you recommend people do?
So there's a couple of different elements of it. Soaking off the nails is something that's really important to minimize the amount of damage to the nail plate, avoiding the UV radiation from the lamps. The actual product that is used is really important too. So it's important to go to a reputable salon because they do differ.
Yeah, because you see them everywhere now, don't you?
Yeah. And something that has come up a lot is that there's an increasing rate of people having allergic reactions to nails.
Oh, of course.
So we know the acrylic nails in particular, they have acrylate ingredients, which are a more common cause of allergy. Whereas the biab, or the builder in a bottle ingredient, is a lot more popular now. And the chemicals they use are gentler.
So the allergic reactions is something that we really started to hear about during lockdown, people doing their own nails kind of with their own light at home. And what form do those allergic reactions take?
If you have an allergic reaction to your nail polish or your manicure, you'll start to see redness, sometimes oozing, dryness of the skin, your fingers can be itchy. Those are the types of early signs you start to see.
Okay, if you're having your breakfast, please look away now. We're going to show a picture of my nails last year. So this is what happened. If you can see up close, see my nails have all lifted off the bed. The nails are not attached to the nail bed anymore. And that was me after a few years of getting shellac, and they were completely and utterly destroyed. A lot of people this happened to? Why does this happen?
So this is a phenomenon that's called onycholysis. If we think about the nail structure, we have the nail plate. That's the hard part that we all see. Right under that, there's a little bed. It's like a little cushion, and it provides all the nutrients that the nail needs, and it sticks it right onto your fingers. So when those two things separate, that's when you get what you have.
Did your nail totally come off? Like
it lifted off the bed.
It lifted, it lifted. You could lift your nail.
Yeah, there was all fungus underneath it.
Yeah, and then infections can get in.
Yeah. It was really, but there's a lot of people that have gotten in contact with me over the time because this is an infection. So what do you do when you get something like that?
First of all, you have to identify the pathogen. So what's causing the infection? Is it a fungus? Sometimes it can be other things like bacteria. So that has to be identified and that has to be eradicated. So that's the most important thing. After that, you're trying to restore your nail health. Things that we do, of course, is keep the cuticle intact to make sure that the nail is growing healthy, giving it time to thicken again, because a lot of the time the onycholysis occurs because the nail has just been worn down so much. It's so brittle and thin, it's easier for it to separate. Another thing you can do is there are nice paints that you can get that have nylon particles, and they provide a protective barrier to the nail to allow them to heal.
Philip, we've so many questions for you. How do I treat fungal toenails? Now, I've suffered from this as well. You get it maybe at the gym, at a swimming pool. I went on tablets for it, but then I had to come off them because it was affecting my liver. So how do you treat it?
Yes, so there are different ways you can approach it. There are antifungal nail lacquers that you can get. There are tablets. It can be really difficult to treat sometimes because a lot of people require oral tablets for a long time and you have to have blood work to manage it, but it definitely can be eradicated.
Is that the Sporanox?
Yes, that's one of the antifungals we use. Yeah. Something that happens a lot actually is because the fungus is in the toenails, but it's spreading to your shoes and your socks, and sometimes even to elsewhere on your skin. You have to be super careful about hygiene. So sometimes we don't only have to treat the nails, but we also have to treat the skin around it, make sure that we're changing out our socks, all those types of things.
Okay, can you use laser?
Laser is something else that is used, from time to time.
The amount of people that have got in contact that have had that reaction, that have had that nail, and they're wondering if you've had a reaction to shellac or biab, your nail's lifted, you've got a fungal underneath. Does that mean you will never be able to have a biab or a shellac ever again?
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think if you have an infection, of course, the infection has to be treated. If you're having some separation, that can sometimes be permanent. It can lead to permanent damage. So it is something you're going to have to monitor and try and support your nails to get healthy again. But I wouldn't rule it out completely.
And nail psoriasis.
Yes.
Can we get nail psoriasis?
You absolutely can, yes. So psoriasis is an inflammatory disease. It's primarily in the skin, but it actually can spread to other parts of your body too, not only your nails, but your joints.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you can treat it?
It can be treated, yes.
Okay.
We've got 75 million more questions that are just after coming in right now. Did you know there was so much involved in nails? Look at all these healthy nails.
No, I didn't look at healthy nails.
Look.
I bite my nails, which is terrible.
Isabel Hawk, consultant dermatologist, thank you so much for joining us. I know, it was disgusting.
Yeah,
I was on the
awful.
TV like this for like 6 months. Anyway, on tomorrow's show, we're going to be exploring the realities of owning a home with someone who isn't your significant other.
Singing station, the lovely Mary Byrne drops in for a chat, maybe a song too.
And Kim from Assorted Affair will be here with packs for packing while pregnant. We'll see you then.
See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.